everybody. Today I'm delighted to welcome Kathy Jankowski. Kathy is an Enneagram teacher and experiential learning specialist who has spent years helping people move beyond simply understanding the Enneagram intellectually to experiencing it in a deeper, more embodied way. At this year's Enneagram Las Vegas community gathering, Kathy will be leading Qigong and the Enneagram, embodying the energy of transformation, an interactive session that explores how mindful movement and the wisdom of the Enneagram can work together to foster greater awareness, presence, and personal growth. Kathy, thank you so much for joining us.
Great to be here. I'm so excited.
So the title of your workshop is Qigong and the Enneagram, Embodying the Energy of Transformation. For those who may be new to Qigong, what is it and what inspired you to combine that with the Enneagram?
Well, Qigong is an ancient Chinese practice, 5,000 years old, along with a whole philosophy of energy, where we use movement, posture, breathing, and visualization, or our imagination, to cultivate awareness of life force. So Qi is life force, Gong is cultivate awareness of. And so Qigong is the practice of cultivating awareness of life force. And so what inspired me to combine it with the Enneagram is that I learned Qigong about 12 or 13 years ago as part of a nervous system balancing program I was going through and working with people who were under enormous stress. And even though I was using the Enneagram and cultivating awareness, I, myself and others, we would reach like energetic cul-de-sacs is what I call them. It's like we would see ourselves stuck in our habitual patterns, even though we were aware of it, right? And so what if we all relax? So the first thing I learned was how to use Qigong with nervous system balancing. And from there, it was so darn powerful at breaking through these energetic cul-de-sacs with myself and my clients and teams and groups that I just had to go study it. I was like, what is going on? And I went and studied with Robert Peng. He's a Qigong master, and learned originally and through him that there's like a 100% hand in glove match between these 5,000-year-old practices and the Enneagram, the insights that the Enneagram give us. So the Enneagram has 3 centers that map exactly to the Qigong's 3 dantians, or elixir fields. These are embodied energy centers and in our head, our heart, and our lower torso. And so the Enneagram helps us recognize our patterns. What Qigong helps us do is feel our patterns and then work with them as living currents in our whole body. And so the currents may be flowing, they can be scattered, they can be stagnant, they can be contracted. And the Enneagram helps us name our contractions, but it also helps us name our essential states. What Qigong does is it gives us an embodied way to soften contractions, restore flow, and live sustainably from these essential states.
Many of us spend a lot of our time trying to think our way into change. So you touched on it a bit. Why do you believe that lasting transformation also requires us to really engage in the body?
As a head type myself, I'm a type 5. One of the things I learned early on is that my head is in my body. And thank goodness, or else, what would happen, right? And so the head center is about who or what can I trust? How do I connect with guidance? We can't just think ourselves out of our personality's patterns because our personality's patterns are embodied in all 3 centers. So insight is essential. So insight is never going to give us the freedom to choose. We actually have to choose something, change a behavior, spark a new neural pathway, helps reset the nervous system. We become more spacious, right? The physical tensions relax, the signals we're sending to our brain is everything's cool down here. We give our brain a moment, okay, now I can make a different choice because everything's safe. We gain the freedom to respond rather than simply repeat the personality's conditioned and reactive patterns.
That's incredible.
And it's easy and everyone can do it.
For someone who's never experienced Qigong before, what can they expect to experience in your workshop?
Well, fun. First of all, we're going to have fun. I'm going to start out with the tapping practice. So we're going to get energy going with tapping. And then throughout our time together, we'll do gentle, accessible, and playful practices. These practices can be done standing. They can be done sitting. We're just going to get things moving. And through the practices, use movement, breath work, imagination, and visualization to have the direct experience of being at home in our natural healthy condition, in our true nature. So you don't have to have any Qigong experience. It's very easy. And all you need is a body, your breath, and curiosity.
Fantastic. We all have that.
That's right. That's right. It's going to be an experiential session. I'm making light, but it's going to be an experiential session that participants aren't just going to understand and hear about the connection. They'll experience the difference in themselves.
What's one moment that you've witnessed when someone has truly shifted, not because they learned something new, but because they really experienced it differently?
Just yesterday, I was talking with one of my students who's a musician. She was saying that has performance anxiety for many, many years, but always nervous. It just gave her a practice that when she sits down at her piano and looks out at the people who've come, she can connect to the whole universe. And then a whole new energy enlivens her and her relationship with why she's there.
Wow. So that's more than just like a mental reframe. It's really learning how to channel that energy instead of like anxiousness into something that you can use for creation.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
If someone's attending your session in September, is that something you hope that they walk away feeling or understanding about themselves?
Yes, 100%. I hope when people leave, they'll be more relaxed, more grounded. They'll feel more alive and that they'll feel more at home in their essence. I also hope they'll understand, more importantly, that personality is not a problem to fix. So when we resource the whole body and bring the three centers back into a relationship with each other, kindness and clarity and compassion and inner freedom become more available. We feel more resourced. And that is one very practical way we become easier to live with ourselves first. And that's the theme for the conference. So it's easy, it's practical, it's fun. Deidre, thank you so much for taking the time to interview me and letting me share something I obviously love. I'm so excited to meet you in person, to meet everyone in person. And I want to just say to everyone watching this, come to Las Vegas.
Yes, absolutely. Come to Las Vegas, or if you live in Las Vegas, I encourage you to check out our website at www.enneagramlasvegas.com. Our gathering is happening September 11th and 12th at the South Point Hotel and Casino. 2 days, 13 presenters. As you can see, not just information, but something to experience. Kathy, I cannot wait to experience your session with Qigong. Very excited. So I hope that you can join us. Thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome. Thank you.